Have you ever wanted to take a break from what you're mixing and just rag on somebody else's mix? Well, today is your lucky day. We're going to listen through a song that I mixed and then going to have everyone leave an opinion and crit down in the comments. This is a very dangerous exercise and there's a reason you don't see producers doing this, but that's just the start of it. Besides just having you all give a crit, I'm then going to attempt to apply all of your changes to the track in a future episode and see if it makes an improvement. And on top of that, I'll also be picking a few that I think aren't good advice and explain why I would never do that in this particular mix. I think this is going to be a lot of fun and will be a step in the direction of more interactive content because I want to hear your opinions on stuff I do too. We're all just human at the end of the day. By the end of this video, I might regret welcoming all this criticism, but maybe, just maybe, you might have some amazing ideas I wouldn't have thought of. So what's happening, fam? Miami here with JST, and we all need to be humbled sometimes. Not every mix that I do is perfect, but that is what I strive for every time I sit down at this desk. The song we're going to be listening to is called That's What She Said by the trio Gold, style GLD. Gold is a rather popular EDM group that made a music shift and decided to take a shot at a blend of pop punk and trap pop or electronic styled music. You know, the whole MGK wave going on. When they approached me with the project, they sent me their versions of the mixes and you could tell very much that they are EDM producers. It was extremely bass heavy and the vocals seemed like they weren't the main focus of the track. I will say they are amazing producers and it's sometimes hard to create a vision that is blending multiple genres and still make it sound cohesive while dueling minds. Now let's take a listen to this track. It's pretty short, clocking in at 1 minute and 39 seconds, which is pretty common in the new era of streaming. All right, now before you listen to this mix, there's still some files missing they didn't send. It's not mastered, there's no vocals, and it's like 80% there. I'm kidding. Don't you hate when somebody asks you to give a crit like that? But seriously, before you listen to this mix, try to imagine the feel that an EDM project would want, but also keeping in mind the style of newer MGK pop punk styled mixes are going. Treat this like an assignment, because it is. I'm gonna listen with you guys and probably leave some thoughts on what I was thinking while mixing this so you can get into my head a little bit. P.S. I only mixed this, got the edited stems, and started mixing. Let's go.
I bought you a bottle of cheap rosé just to say I'm sorry and I fucking love you. I can't help but think it's obvious. That's why I wrote this for you. I can't help it. I'm just fucked up. Fuck yourself. Help. We should break up. She said. Yeah, that's what she said. That's what she said. 6 months later we start talking. I got cold feet and kept my distance from you. I'll admit that I have trust issues. That's why I never called you and I can't help it. I'm just fucked up. Fuck yourself. Help. We should break up. She said I can't help it. I'm just fucked up. She said fuck yourself. She said we should break up. She said yeah, that's what she said. Yeah, that's what she said.
So every time that I finish a mix, there's a few things that I always think about, and feel free to call me out if you think I missed the mark. How is my low end? Are the low mids tight and not overbearing? Do the guitar tones seem appropriate for the song? Do the drums feel glued together? Are the vocals carrying the song? And last but not least, does it feel like a song? But that's just my usual checklist. If you've been following the channel for a while, I'm sure you have your own checklist of things that you look out for when you're finalizing your mixes. I am genuinely curious what you guys are going to say, and all mix related criticisms are welcome. Try to keep in mind I was basically trying to create a sound for this band that works for both genres. Let's do one last thing and take a quick peek at some of the plugs I was using, because that might help give you a bit more detailed crit if you know what's happening behind the scenes. All right, let's start with the drums, because I always start there. I thought that, actually, I don't want to give my opinion. I'll let you guys say what you want to say. Vocals.
Yeah, that's what she said. Yeah, that's what she said.
Nothing too crazy on here, I was liking Replica on this, Skybox, Fab Filter, DF Excite, and of course Soothe.
Yeah, that's what she said. Yeah, that's what she said.
And Finality Advanced for when it's hitting hard, and just a Pro DS. Nothing crazy. Bass. Yeah, typical low end moves. And this is the snare they sent me. I didn't love it, so I blended it with this. It's a Bogern digital snare. Everything that Jens puts out is pretty amazing. See what we got. Oh yeah, and the guitar bus, Fab Filter, DF Excite, SAW Reverb, Limiter, nothing crazy. But obviously I can't go through this entire mix, but I wanted to give you guys some lowdown of what was happening. And also the master here, using some Slate, SSL Native, Maxbase, E4, Virtual Tape Machine, Soothe, Ozone, All right, so there you guys have it. I hope that gives you an idea with your crits to maybe say, oh, you should try this, or you should have did this instead of that, Let's see what happens. Now that you've seen what's going on and have heard the track, what would you have done differently? Or do you think that I nailed the sound for the project? Leave your crit in the comments and we will see how trustworthy your advice is. And one more thing. Do you think this is something we should go live for like an event, or should we film it beforehand? I'm leaving this one up to you guys as well. This is going to be a lot of fun or extremely terrifying. If you're a mixer on the come up, give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. You only have to do it one time. And tap that bell for notifications so when a video drops, you know the location. Until then, I'm out of here. Mic drop. Except as engineers, we know I'd never really drop this thing because it get pretty expensive, even if it is a piece of sure. Later.